I'm Tate Emmanuel, and I'm Jordan Emmanuel. We're from North Bend, Nebraska.
We have about 370 acres of drip tape irrigation. We've used drip irrigation since 2017.
This fall's been interesting. Haven't quite had one like this. Crops drying down everywhere throughout the whole Midwest, quicker than you can get to it, but we're grinding through it. This has probably been one of our fastest harvests that I've experienced anyway since I've been farming. Because of that, we're getting down to our last third, if not less, of harvest at this point. We're still happy, I guess, where our drip tape is, because that's still standing really good, and it hasn't dried down as fast as some of our other fields either.
The most efficient form of irrigation that we have, it's a solution more than just water. We run a lot of fertilizer through the drip tape, biologicals, in-season sampling to get a big picture of what's going on and how to treat our deficiencies that we see in our crop.
Being able to treat the deficiencies as they become a deficiency is huge, because not all products work going through a pivot, but it seems like there's a lot of solutions to go through drip tape and put that nutrient right at the root where that plant wants it.
And tracking all the deficiencies, or the highs and the lows, if you will, in season, so we can make a better plan next year. This is the most efficient form of irrigation we have. We had one piece, we went from flood irrigation to drip tape, and I'd say it was about 50% water savings. The water use efficiency, where we don't have as much water, it can effectively irrigate the crop very well.
As water restrictions continue to come down on farmers, and it's going to continue through our farming career, being regulated by our NRDs, that SDI is going to continue to have its place, I believe anyway, as our use efficiency is anywhere from 30 to 50% better, I would say, maybe even higher than that.
Don't be afraid of EQIP. I know that can be a little overwhelming at first with applying for it, but NutraDrip is with you hand in hand. They have a TSP provider to walk you through everything, to get you all the information that you will need to apply for it.
I think it'll potentially continue to grow as we continue to get regulated by water rights, and the more we're regulated, the more drip tape becomes a nice piece of the puzzle, because you don't need the high gallon well to be able to water your crop. We're looking to expand SDI into the future. The first thing that comes to my mind is the in-season easement of using it. We can both control it from our phones, from a laptop, control completely, look at how it's working in season. If we have problems, it notifies us. And not only water, but it's with the fertilizer. As time goes on, we'll probably get regulated on how much we can apply, so the more efficient we can get and allocate those dollars better to what the crop really needs, drip tape will be a very handy tool to use in that equation. And it helps you with your overall ROI. Less fertilizer for better yield obviously is going to help, especially in a downturn market.
They always pick up their phones. They always have someone ready to answer your questions. They always get you product or supplies, whatever you need.
It's a full systems approach with NutraDrip. It doesn't end once the irrigation season is done. It's really, all right, what worked on your farm? We saw this product work on that farm, and I think that too with NutraDrip, they're really good about suggesting products, even if they're not selling it, that this might work here, this might work there. We've seen success with this. If you have this deficiency, or we know the plant needs, just say FOSS at whatever stage, we have an option here if you're low in it, that we can potentially get this plant back on track.
Their work ethic, they don't care what time it is. You can call them any time of the day. They work weekends. When they install your tape, they put in countless hours to make sure they get the job done right and in a timely window before the ground freezes in the fall, or if it has to be put in the spring, they put the hours in to make sure that, and they care too a lot about their product.
Yeah, I'd say NutraDrip is continually pushing themselves to get better, as we've been with them now for 7 years, And I think we've tried something different through the drip tape every year. So they're working with you hand in hand, and they're not afraid to try new things to help your farm do better.
Look into it. Don't be afraid. There's probably a farm in your operation that would be a place for it.
We were hesitant when we first started with drip tape in 2017. You can't physically see it like a pivot or gravity. So with all the technology that NutraDrip provides between moisture probes and all of the technology on the well itself, it's very, very easy to see that it's working in unison together so that you know you're watering your crop.